สวัสดีครับMabuhay Hola Hi everyone how are you thank you indeed for waiting we 10 minutes late but because I forgot something so that's why it's a little bit late but I knew that a lot of fans waiting because a lot of fans just DM me. It's time, and you can see the beautiful ladies, showing up next to me. Someone that a lot of fans worldwide has been waiting for so long and request me, hugely. And please to congratulate her together with me in my program, Miss Glove Philippines 2021. Maureen Montagne from Batangas.
Hello, Kapun Ka. Thank you so much for having me.
Right. So look at her. So she's so beautiful indeed. It's quite surprised me because when I gone through in her IG, she tend to wearing very light makeup. But tonight I feel so purish that very well prepared. Extremely beautiful indeed. Okay, so Maureen, would you mind, to tell yourself a little bit to worldwide fans? I knew that you might, give a lot of information in Philippine medias, and a lot of Filipinos know about you. But definitely, we are worldwide, all right, and you got a lot of fans worldwide, okay, especially in Thai. You're so beautiful. In Thai point of view, and other in fan in other part of the world as well. So I would love you to to describe about your bio, your background, your studying, and how did you involve in the pageantry at the first place. Okay, so then when we go through from that.
Yes, so hello, I am Maureen Montagne. I am 28 years old and I live here in Manila in the Philippines. In school, I studied communications at Arizona State University. So I spent a majority of my childhood in the US, and now I live here full time for work. I work as a professional model and host. So I'm always in front of the camera. And I started joining pageants because of my mom. She really wanted me to improve with public speaking, to improve with modeling. And so I owe all of my success to her. And also, fun fact, I absolutely love Thailand. It's one of my favorite countries. And I actually hope after COVID, I can do a modeling stint there. A lot of Manila models go to Thailand for about 3 month periods to work. So I hope after COVID, I can go to Thailand and work there.
Wow. It's like, you actually now hinting. So, so
I
I
really
guess
love
that,
Thailand, honestly.
all right. So I guess that there would be quite several modeling agency in Thailand contact you, haven't they?
Doing my research, I already have one that I'm eyeing. So let's see. We really have to see with the pandemic. But honestly, Thailand, the industry there is very,
Huge.
very for models. So
That's right. Please come. A lot of Filipinos model, okay, has been working here. I mean, not only model, all walk of life. We got a lot of Filipinos contribute to Thailand society, and they're very lovely. That's why I really love Filipinos, because I experienced them firsthand. So welcome, Maureen. I couldn't wait any longer when you told me here. All right, I just would love you to come here now. Okay, couldn't
me
wait.
too.
All right. So, okay. People, still don't really know, okay, in Thailand, about your past experience in pageantry. You already told that your mom probably you got inspired to be involved in pageantry by your mom dream, okay,
Yeah.
which like many of the beauty queens, like Fa Sai, and also many Thai queen also got urged by their mom, okay, their parents, and so I heard that you got quite a huge and impressive record, in terms of pageantry in USA before. Would you mind to go back a little bit in your past?
Sure. The first major pageant I ever did in the US was Miss USA. So I first had to win Miss Arizona. This was in 2015. So I competed with 62 girls and won Miss Arizona. So I was very happy to be one of the first Asian Americans to win that
Mm,
title. And then I went on to Miss USA
mm,
2015 and I placed in the top 15. And that kind of inspired me to keep competing because I knew I could do better and I wanted another go. So then in 2017, I did Miss World America and
mm,
I got first runner up. I still represented Arizona because that's where I grew
mm,
up. And then
mm,
after that, I got offered a modeling contract in the Philippines. So
mm,
that's really what brought me. It wasn't for pageantry, it was for modeling. And then I saw how good the training camps are here for the girls. They really support you, they care for you. Because in the US, it's really the girl competing by herself. Whereas
mm,
here, you have full teams who help you with styling, who teach you how to walk. And it was such a good training grounds that I thought, okay, I need to compete in the Philippines because there's so much support here. It's also much
mm,
more competitive in the Philippines because everyone is so beautiful, so competitive, very smart. And then I competed in Miss World Philippines, and they have 4 crowns within that pageant. So I
mm,
went to go, and then um, in 2019, I competed in Egypt, representing. That was my first international pageant. Was Miss Eco International,
mm,
and then I got first runner up. And then later on, I was offered the crown because the winner got pregnant.
mm,
Scandal. But really sweet. Sue is her name. I love Sue. We're still friends. And it just wasn't the right time for me. At that point, so I competed in 2019, and because of the pandemic, it was offered to me in 2020. But I had
mm,
already committed to Binibining Pilipinas. And I knew in my heart I didn't want to go backwards. I wanted to go forward. So I chose to stick with Binibining Pilipinas. And I'm
mm,
so glad. I always get asked, do you regret saying no to that crown? No, best decision of my life, honestly. So I'm
mm,
glad I stuck to my guns. And now, of course, I'm your Miss Globe Philippines 2021. So it was worth the wait. And I think every pageant I improved. And now I'm here today, ready. And I'm really, really dead set to bring home our second Miss Globe crown.
right. You're so special indeed, Maureen, because you step a little bit ahead of other. I mean, normally, as far as I did interview with Filipinas, they tend to repeat, competing. Once they didn't win, but actually in domestic, domestically, but for you quite different because you have done both, you know, across the ocean.
Yeah,
So in USA and Philippines. So I wonder, would you find? I mean, before you decide to take another challenge in the new turf like Philippines after you did in USA, would you find it challenging that time?
I really wasn't sure if pageantry was for me because I came so close to the crown in 2017 for Miss World America. I felt like I did everything right, from our fitness portion to our Q&A to our evening gown to our top model. And I was
Mm,
wondering, what is not, I don't want to say what's wrong with me, but I was wondering, what am I missing? There's something is holding me back. So I just decided to focus on modeling and commercials. But for me, I don't know. I just had unfinished business, but I'm glad I was able to compete in the U.S. because I feel like competing in the U.S. is more like competing internationally because you have
mm,
so many different kinds of girls.
mm.
Um, you know, whether it be race, religion, whatever, you're exposed to so many different people, and I think that's wonderful. That's more what it's like internationally speaking. But the Philippines, it really it challenged me. It made me elevate, and I'm really thankful for all my trainers. I train with KF Kakandang Flores here in Manila, so they really helped sharpen.
I can say, okay. I just would like to interrupt you a little bit. I would love to give the huge credit for KF this year. I feel that it's that golden year. Okay, congratulations, Mr. Rodin. He has done a very good job for Philippine Sash. Actually, I watched over him since Samantha Bernardo. Okay,
Yeah,
right after I wrote the first article about her before she went selected by BPCI, and I just feel so amazed by Sam performance in Bangkok, and
yeah,
once I realized that she was rigorously trained by KF, and after that, a lot of I think contestants in BBP 2021 were trained by KF, right? And they did really well. They did really
yeah.
well.
Honestly,
So
they're the best for walking, and Samantha Bernardo was like our best student, like top of the class. So I'm really glad she was able to shine internationally.
yes, yes, yes. I mean, you deserve it, Mr. Rodin and KF. I mean, it has been so long to be recognized internationally, but once you get worldwide recognized, I think it's worth waiting at the end. Okay, I'm congratulate you, and I'm just a big fan of KF. All right, I just to say, okay. So definitely a little bit more on your pageantry bio. Also, it was even harder because not that you did across the border, okay, but inland when you was in US, you also pick up different pageants to participate, like Miss USA, and then you just jump to Miss USA World. So I mean, how different was between both? Can you explain for probably some girl who can be inspired by your point of view, how you get across some challenge in yourself before you made the decision to make a crossover.
Yes, so the US is so big, and we have so many different pageant systems that if you want to try a pageant, there's nobody stopping you, and a lot of times they'll try to take as many girls as possible.
Mm,
So for me, I just tried to be as authentic as I could when I competed at Miss Arizona. Again, before I competed, I think we had like maybe 5 to 10 years of just blonde hair, blue eyed girls winning. And so I
mm,
felt it was time for something different. And I really took my culture with me on stage.
mm,
And I tried just to be, show myself. And I think that really worked, both at Miss Arizona and at Miss USA.
mm,
And I wanted to switch to, or when I wanted to try Miss World America, I just really looked at the org and the fact that they were a beauty with a purpose.
Mm,
And then I just adjusted, but I really have to say I really love Miss World because they're very focused on your advocacies.
mm,
Whereas I was the last Trump batch for Miss USA before it was sold. So it was a
mm,
bit more focused on modeling and looks.
mm,
Now they're all about being confidently beautiful. So it was a bit of a difference. It was more look based when I competed at Miss USA in 2015,
mm.
and it was more advocacy based when I went to World America.
Mm, right. So now it's the first tip, okay, from a very successful queen, okay. I think she can inspire a lot of contestants out there worldwide because she just led exceptionally example. You know, she's so daring. I mean, in my point of view, okay, because she did cross so many things, okay, both in USA and then did it again across the border. That's huge. That's really hard. And also before we go to other issue, I just would like to mention a little bit about I think last year or 2 years ago that it's caused quite a noise that you probably will offer to take a role as a Miss Glove, right? But I think at the end, you chose to reconcile not doing that. So I mean, can you reveal the real reason behind um, not accepting it?
Yes, so for me, it just didn't make sense. Um, I was offered a contract, and they also wanted a large portion of my income. And
Mm,
it's the middle of the pandemic.
mm,
I was stuck in the province, I wasn't working. And then the things that were expected of me, and also to travel abroad at that
mm,
time, I didn't feel comfortable. So it was, my heart said no, my business mind said absolutely not. And
mm,
then yeah, I knew I had more in store for me. I wasn't done proving things to myself.
mm,
I showed the contract to my parents, and even they said, "Don't sign that. That that contract isn't to benefit you; it's to benefit them." And
mm,
I think we have to be empowered women, especially during the pandemic. You know,
mm,
a lot of times beauty pageants can be seen as business opportunities, and
mm,
beauty as a commodity. But we're
mm.
people to take care of ourselves. It should be the girls should come.
Right. So, I mean, would love you to for the next things. It's going. I probably need your help because at the time, I'm just one of the reader who got a little bit confused because you kept quiet. There's a lot of suspicion. Or why didn't you, do it? And you just kept quiet, no explanation. So, there were quite a speculation in a negative light tend you at the time.
Yes.
Yes, I just would love you to, you know, to inspire, all right? A lot of people probably sort of possibly being exploited, okay, but chose to be silent. And it doesn't mean that being silent probably the wrong one, okay, because I used to be one of you as well, so I think it's probably nice for all of us worldwide to to be inspired by your story. Okay, why you chose to go silent?
For me, I was really pressured to be silenced by the org. Even when I declined, I was told, do not make a press release statement, do not talk to anybody.
Mm,
And then I was very heavily bashed by the org. I
mm,
felt, that summer was such a hard summer for me because I was stuck in a place that wasn't my home. Because I have a place here in Manila, so I was in the province. I felt like the world hated me, like I was canceled. And
mm,
that was such a depressing summer. It was
mm,
horrible. And in the end, being silent allowed it to blow over. But it's so tough for an individual to fight against an organization in power
mm,
with money. It's really hard. And of course,
mm,
I was just told, stay quiet and this
mm,
will pass. Thankfully, I had really supportive friends at the time, but um, it was too risky at that point because they were also my management for acting to speak
mm,
to them. So it was really, it felt like a family member. I don't want to say it felt like a family member emotionally. It wasn't a nice situation, but it makes us stronger. At least now I can tell my side of the story. It was on just bad business. So to anybody who's feeling pressured, I
mm,
think the best thing you can do is away from your phone because these
mm,
people they don't know what's going on in your life.
mm,
They probably don't care about you. To them, you're just an article. So
mm,
figure out who's important to you in your life, and sometimes it's better to be quiet and wait for the right time to tell your story. Now I can tell my story. Now I
mm,
have the credibility and respect, and the time has
mm.
passed. But when a situation's so controversial and you're the underdog, you're the one who doesn't have the power, who doesn't have the influence,
Yes.
it's
Mm,
very important just to wait for the right time because your story matters and your story is valid. But if you can't share it,
mm,
then how are you going to get your message across? But at least now I can share my story, and I have so
mm,
much respect for girls who speak out against,
mm,
organizations that have wronged them.
mm,
End of the day, it's all water under the bridge for me. I'm not here to be angry. I'm not here to hold a grudge. I
mm,
want everybody to succeed, and I just want girls to be treated properly. At the end of the day, that's my only concern.
mm,
So I had nothing but love for them. I think they're figuring it out. They did get a lot of backlash for turning their back on me, so they know. And then
mm,
also um, on the national level, they were
mm,
told they're no longer allowed to post scandalous things on the official page, so they
mm,
created a separate page for that type of thing. But I'm not the only one who has been a victim of this. It's happened
mm,
so many times now, so at least people are on my side. But it
mm.
gets better, so don't give up. If you're going through something, don't give up.
The what you experience is so inspirational because it's not lucky, okay? It's your hard work that bring you a crowd. But just imagine all the fans. What it happened if Maureen, didn't win? Okay, so if Maureen didn't win, probably um, would she be daring to to stand up against all the lie, or to all to clarify all the misunderstanding about her on that incident. All right. What do you think, Maureen? If can you just inspire all the social media community, like before you judge, please,
Yes.
to go to all the detail, or try to hear both side of story before you write, okay? Because it's all affecting, especially the underdog. Because being the underdog, we don't have that much power to contest when we are splat, by all the lies, or or by the story on just by one sided. So it's very hard indeed. Even though we are exonerated, okay, by our success, once time go by, but it's painful anyway, you know.
Yeah, I think we need to realize that there are always two sides to every story. And
Mm,
when you see something, you should ask yourselves, why are they telling me this? Because a lot of times people have agendas. And
mm,
even bloggers who, here in the Philippines, who wrote articles about me,
mm,
messaged me privately and they said, I'm so sorry, I was forced to write this. So at least I know in their heart, for them, they need to pay their bills. They want to make money. So it made me feel better actually that they're like, I'm on your side, but this was business. And so I was like, okay, that makes me feel better. But I I had to stop thinking that everybody was my friend and everybody wanted me to succeed. That's not always the case. Everybody has their own motives, and that's okay. But pageantry and even modeling, the entertainment industry has really thickened my skin. So
yeah.
now if somebody or something bad happens, I'm able just to adjust and be like, okay, well, this was their agenda, and that's okay. Because at the end of the day, I've noticed we have so many beauty queens who get canceled. It will last, it will be so hard for maybe 2, 3 weeks, but then after that, there's something new. So it's
Mm,
just because you think your world is ending, trust me, it's not. A new day will come and things will get better. Just always focus on bettering yourself and don't stay broken, don't stay hurt because that's what they want. So it's really try your best to be grateful, to have a happy heart,
mm.
and yeah, I think that's why I let go of all of the negativity, all of the bitterness, because it doesn't help you. So let it go and just, yeah, do your best.
Yes, okay. So, all the underdog, in terms of, like, social media rumor, or misunderstanding, you got Maureen and me,
Oh,
as your allies. Okay,
yeah,
we've been through that, and I can say it's extremely hard. It's
it's
extremely hard, okay, and we painful, okay, when we being, tainted by defamation or the lies, or just one-sided story, and we don't have enough force to contest back, okay. I mean, that's why we have to learn, whenever we read the news or article, all right, it can be fake news, okay,
yeah,
and also, article can be written by the wrong hands. So please, think hard, and before you judge, because if you misjudge people, you might, get someone like Maureen and me, who actually being victimized and being hurt for so long, until we being exonerated by time, okay, from what we proven, okay. So Maureen and me would like to encourage all of you to read wisely, uh-huh,
yes,
and spend your discretion, wisely, before you judge. Don't believe anything that you read. Just check on both side of story, or if you can reach to the source of both side, okay, just get clarified from both of them, okay, before you judge, all right. Otherwise you might miss the right person, like Maureen and me. Okay.
yeah,
Now Maureen is a queen. Okay. She proven. She deserving, and she got a bigger voice to stand up for herself. All right. And I'm glad indeed. She deserving, because what she spoke today. She represents millions of people. All right. Being affected by fake news. Okay, or being affected by the power of upper hands. All right. So it's hurtful. Don't do that. Okay. So I'm, very respectful of Maureen, that she dared to speak this issue today. Because it's actually captured million of people heart. A lot of a lot of people worldwide affected by fake news, okay, and lie invention by someone influential, in the social media. Thank you indeed. Thank you indeed, Maureen. I know that your good karma will return you a very greater success in Miss Glove. I'm sure
Thank
about that.
you.
Yes. Okay. So everybody know that Maureen during BPP 2021 preparation, she got stuck in Iceland. I think not, and I'm kind of sure it's Iceland or not, but in the
Uh, in Siargao on the island.
all right, okay. And you know what? She chose to spend her time wisely and fruitfully to the community. What did you do at the time? Please, can you clarify to all the fans worldwide? I think most of people around the world wouldn't know about this, and it's deserved, to be known.
Yes, so in the Philippines, so many of our communities depend on the tourism industry.
Mm,
And I was in Siargao. It's my most favorite island here in the Philippines.
mm,
But their economy really, really struggled with the pandemic, and so many people were going hungry. So, with friends, we created the Siargao Community Kitchen, and we asked all of our friends for donations. And we were
mm,
giving hot meals to the families, to our
mm,
frontliners, anyone in need. And we also gave out bags of rice to the community just to
mm,
help because, again, all the tourists were gone and a lot of families were unable to support themselves. So
mm,
that also, when I was sad during that summer with all the things happening on social media, I was able to disconnect and put my heart into that. And I think that's also what helped me stay humble and grateful was okay, there's something bad going on, let me focus on doing some good. So the Siargao Community Kitchen really holds a special place in my heart.
Right. Because you actually, get close to the grassroots community at the time. So, would you mind to tell me what lessons have you learned from, see things happening and see life going on under, a very stressful context at the time?
Yes, I think that the lesson I've learned is that community conquers all, and that when we work together, we can achieve our goals. So every day for us, we wanted to make more and more meals. So every day we beat our records. So instead of just feeding 200 families a hot meal, we were able to do 220, the next day 240. And it was really a community effort. So
Mm.
together, working towards a common goal, you can accomplish it.
Right. Give it applause. Mm.
Also, thank you to everyone who's been commenting. Hi, Gwen. I saw we had some people from Pampanga. Hello. Thank you for
That's a lot
watching.
of comment. That's a lot of comment. I couldn't read it all. That's I just go back a little bit because I tell you, a lot of people just keep waiting you. Okay. Like my sticky fan. Hello, Cole. We are watching the whole family. Hello, Miss Maureen, watching from Pampanga. Uh huh.
Hello. Mabuhay. Maraming salamat po.
And also from Thailand, คุณธนพลลิ้มสุวรรณกิจ love you.
Love you too.
And for this one, I think he wishing give you a blessing already. Miss Club
Oh,
2021,
thank
please.
you, Charlie. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And this also the whole lot of community fan, I think. Hi Cole, hi Maureen, my whole friends waiting for this. Yes, I knew that. You
Hey.
reminding me. All right. As I told you before, Maureen, you're so beautiful tonight. This goddess. And for this comment, I think you probably need to clarify a little bit if it's natural. Oh, your
Yeah.
nose are so perfect. I can't. I'm worrying. Okay. Is it natural or like already past some enhancement?
To be honest, I know it's very taboo to talk about surgeries and whatnot. My face is completely natural. I've only had one surgery and I regret it. I've actually never talked about this before on camera, but I did have breast augmentation
All
and I had
right.
a lot of complications. So I do plan on getting them removed. But again, first surgery and last, I don't think it's as worth it. My message right now for anybody who's thinking, oh, I would be perfect if I fix this one thing on my body or my face.
Mm.
It
Okay.
doesn't fix all of your issues. Like I thought I would have a perfect figure if I had my breast augmentation, but I still have a lot of the same insecurities and whatnot. So yes, I will be getting them removed maybe after I'm done with pageantry, just because I have to take some time off. And again, I suffered from so many complications that I'm really scared. I never want to go under the knife again.
Right. Okay. I'm so grateful indeed, Maureen, that you speak on this issue. Would you mind if I get your opinion on this issue as well? Because to be honest, all right, in the social media or in the media, like everywhere, it's tend to promote just only positivity from going under knife. Uh-huh. But we rarely seen, okay, something otherwise. Uh-huh. So I think that's really great, and that you present some facts from your experience. So just give a full thought, all right, for people to to consider more when they're going to decide to do something about their body, because
Yeah,
it's going to affect you at the end, all right? Is somehow.
yeah, it really is your body and it's your choice. I myself was offered so many things, and I'm an adult. I chose to have it done. However, I was really encouraged to. I wish I said no. Um, I really have to. I really had to strengthen my back and work out a lot in order to support myself because I struggle from extreme back pain. So yoga is my friend. But at the end of the day, I had a successful modeling career before I did that, and I know once I have them removed, I'll still have a successful modeling career because at all my pageants, actually, I had it done in 2019,
Mm,
but I hope we can also get to the point, like, do I ever judge anybody for having something done? No, absolutely not. Some of our most favorite pageant queens, celebrities, even our male celebrities have work done. But
mm,
I hope we can have a more honest conversation about it. I know so many people decline having anything done. Um,
mm.
but let's be real. Like
Yep.
I don't want a young girl to feel bad for not having my body when it's been altered.
Mm,
That's not fair to her, and I
mm.
want to put that pressure. So I'm very open and honest about it. I hope no one in the Philippines is going to get mad at me for saying that, but definitely think about it before you do it.
Mm.
And uh, unless you're if it's like really affecting your daily life, I say don't bother. Again, I suffered so much back pain from my decision, so for me, was it worth it? No, honestly, no.
Mm. I think, Maureen, I don't think that you need to be worried, because what we speaking here is very useful, and I mean, for many people around the world, and also honesty is virtue. Okay,
Yeah, I
and
I hope more girls and boys can just be honest and real about it. It's not for
mm,
people who think that you know
and
just
you know what? I mean, being honest is something that rare. Okay, nowadays. So what Maureen conversed here in my program, and also I'm very honest and direct person. Appreciate her gesture to be like sincere and authentic to everything she has done. So I think it's actually something to celebrate. Okay, all right. Not something to like to be scared of. I mean, it's great. Very great. I mean, for everyone to be honest with themselves. Especially if you would like to become a beauty queen.
Yeah.
Look at Maureen. Okay, she being honest all the time. Why not? She finally won anyway. So don't be afraid to be honest with yourself and honest with your opinion, because there's a lot of people, all right, out there respect your opinion. Okay, such as me, I'm so greatly respectful of Maureen, what she opined, because what she opined are entirely true, but hardly touched by most of people. Okay, and it needs to be told, because it's quite issue in your life. It's your body. It can affect your emotionality if something wrong, getting inside of you. So mind you, if I ask a little bit, because breast augmentation has been quite prevalent everywhere, all right, even though in Thailand, all right, in like the pageant industry. So what the site did you put on?
Uh,
I mean,
Really?
if you feel uncomfortable, just say no, okay.
Uh,
Because someone, all right, some audience might contest, they might
yeah.
have half, okay, they might get half, and just feel that okay, probably it's not fit in your body, probably I think if I do that, it wouldn't, I won't have that problem about back pain or sort of. But what I'm asking is just like, give people some broad idea that back pain or any affliction that may cause you, that can be arise from any form or any size, sort of.
Yeah. For me, actually, in my right breast, I rejected the implant, so it was very hard. Some girls are okay after a week. It took
Mm,
me a full month. I wasn't. I was in bed on bed rest for so long. I broke
mm,
out in hives. I remember just crying and saying like, "Take it out," and the doctor was like, "No, I already did my work." It was just such a dark time, so I try not to think about it.
mm,
But there is breast plant illness. Um,
mm,
and a lot of women are actually having their breast plants
mm,
removed because it is a foreign substance. And
mm,
everybody's body is different. I've really learned I'm extremely sensitive.
mm,
Um, so again, I just do your research. I if you are thinking about having that procedure done, I really recommend googling breast plant illness and really educating yourself because you're taking a lot of risks. For me,
mm,
it wasn't until after that I really did a deep dive and search into that topic, and I was shocked. So many women suffer from fatigue, from headache, from mental fog.
mm,
So look before you jump. Again, I was really encouraged to do it,
mm,
um, but it's your body, it's your choice. But just make sure you're fully educated, and
mm,
then you go to the best person.
mm. So what you gonna say if quite many people probably contest about this idea, say that, oh, why would you look into the facts after you get implanted? You got the crown, got success, and and you actually very photogenic. That's after you body being enhanced somehow. Why would you appreciate that? It's actually get you here. What would you say about this? If someone contests about, actually, you won't see this thing brought you success actually.
It's my body, it's my life, and honestly, if somebody has a problem with it, it's none of your business. Honestly, you didn't pay for it, so don't worry. At the end of the day, what matters is my heart, and my heart is always in the right place. Even here and now, I'm telling you, I'm not perfect, that I regret my decision, and that in the future, I do plan to change that. So,
Mm.
all you can do is be honest with yourself. And if you have a problem with that, then that's not my problem, that's your problem. So, that's okay.
I love you so much. Oh,
Yeah.
I love you so much. Maureen, as far as I talking with you, I couldn't fall in love with you because I love your honesty. Okay, you're
Yeah.
very authentic. I really love you. I couldn't believe that you so direct. I love it. It's so easy to talk with you. Very straightforward. Would
Yeah.
you mind if I, translate it to Thai because it's very paramount. Okay,
Yes.
in this issue because I can tell you many pageant contestant gone through that and definitely some of them decline. Okay, and I don't even know why. you know why did they decline. I don't know. So I think it's a good lesson to Thai fans, all right, or some contestant or beauty queen to be to consider deeply down, get knowledgeable on what you're gonna do, and get both side of effect, before and after, sort of. Okay, just couple minutes, all right. คืออย่างนี้นะคะแฟนๆโมรินเขาน่ารักมากๆเลยอ่ะเขาเป็นคนตรงมากนะน่ารักมาก I said that you very pretty, very affectionate, and I really love you. You're very straightforward, very easy to relate with. I couldn't believe that. It's beyond my imagination, indeed. Okay.
Aw.
right โอเคคือโมรินเขาเป็นคนตรงมากๆเลยอ่ะก็คุยกับเขาหลายเรื่องเนาะก็คือว่าโมรินเนี่ยเขาเป็นคนที่มีประสบการณ์มากนะคะเพลงนี้ก็คือว่าตอนอยู่อเมริกาเนาะเขาได้ประกวดทั้ง Miss USA นะเป็นตัวแทนของรัฐอาริโซนานะคะก็เข้ารอบเนาะคราวนี้เนี่ยแล้วก็เขาก็มาลงประกวด Miss USA World Miss World USA เนาะได้ถึงรองหนึ่งนะเป็นตัวแทนรัฐอาริโซนาแล้วก็ได้รองหนึ่ง Miss World USA อ่ะโอ้มันยากมากเลยนะแล้วคราวนี้เขาก็เขาทำสิ่งที่ยากแล้วนะข้ามเวทีนะเสร็จแล้วเนี่ยเขาข้ามประเทศอีกก็คือว่าประกวดที่อเมริกาใช่ไหมคราวนี้เขาข้ามย้ายสายเลยมาเป็นตัวแทนฟิลิปปินส์ นะคะคือก็ถามว่าจุดเริ่มต้นเนี่ยยังไงอะมาชอบประกวดนางงามได้ไงเขาบอกมาจากความฝันของคุณแม่คุณแม่เนี่ยผลักดันมากเลยอยากให้ลูกเป็นนางงามเขาตามใจแม่อยากให้เป็นก็เป็นเขาก็เลยแบบประกวดนะคะแล้วจริงๆเนี่ยโมรีนเนี่ยก็คือว่าตอนประกวดMiss World USA เนี่ยเขาอินสปายด้วยเขาว่าไงคือถ้าเขาชนะหรือว่าเขาได้ตำแหน่งหรือว่าอยู่ในระดับท็อปเนาะ เขาจะได้งานก็คือว่าได้ออฟเฟอร์แบบ modeling contract เนาะคราวนี้เนี่ยพอเขาได้Miss World USA เขาก็ได้ออฟเฟอร์งานมาเป็นโมเดลที่ฟิลิปปินส์นะคะเขาก็เลยมาที่ฟิลิปปินส์นะมาทำงานนะเป็นโมเดลนะเมื่อ4ปีที่แล้วนะคะแล้วเขาก็เริ่มก็ประกวดนะคะคราวนี้เนี่ยโมรินก็บอกว่าก็เขาไม่ได้รู้สึกว่ามัน challenge นะการที่เขาเปลี่ยนที่เปลี่ยนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยก็คือมันจะเราก็ปรับนิดหน่อยคืออย่าง Miss USA เนี่ยก็จะอีกอย่างหนึ่งแต่พอเป็น Miss World USA เนี่ยมันจะเน้นเรื่องโครงการละเขาก็ต้องนำเสนอโครงการประมาณนี้นะคะอันนี้อย่างสั้นๆแล้วก็คือตอนที่เขาประกวด BINIBINING เนี่ยเขาว่าในช่วงที่รอเนาะมันมีการเลื่อนรอเขาก็ไปพักผ่อนที่เกาะแห่งหนึ่งเนาะWhat's the name of the Iceland? Sorry again. Psycho? Is it?
Siargao.
ชายเกาก็คือว่าเขาไปพักผ่อนกับเพื่อนๆนะคะที่เกาะชายเกาเนาะในฟิลิปปินส์คราวนี้เผอิญมันติดโควิด คราวนี้ด้วยความที่เขาลึกๆเขาก็เป็นคนตรงนะแต่ว่าจิตใจเขาเนี่ยแบบคล้ายๆแบบมีความมีความแบบ corrective social responsibility สูงมากคือแทนที่เขาจะแบบติดเกาะอยู่เฉยๆใช่ไหมเขาก็เลยไปแบบว่าเนี่ยทำข้าวเนาะทำข้าวแจกชาวบ้านให้ครัวเรือนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยก็ร่วมกับ community เนาะคือเขาน่ารักมากเลยอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแล้วคราวนี้พอนักข่าวรู้ข่าวก็มาโพสต์ลงเนาะก็แบบก็จะเห็นเลยเขาแบบหน้าสดเนาะแล้วก็แบบพวกหัวชาวเกาะแล้วก็ทำกับข้าวแจกให้คนอย่างเงี้ยก็เลยฮือฮากันมากเลยแล้วตอนที่เขาประกวด Final Night เนาะเขาก็พูดว่าอันเนี้ยมันเป็นสิ่งที่เขาภาคภูมิใจมากเพราะเขามีความรู้สึกว่าคือมันแบบทัชชิ่งเขาการที่เขาเนี่ยได้ช่วยคนในชุมชนเนาะแล้วได้ดีลคนลากหญ้าคราวนี้ก็ได้ถามเพราะว่าแล้วเนี่ยมันให้บทเรียนอะไรกับเขาในการที่เขาเนี่ยได้เห็นคนระดับลากหญ้าเนาะลำบากเนาะแบบว่าติดเกาะด้วยความเป็นอยู่เนี่ยภายใต้โควิดเขาบอกว่าสิ่งที่เขาได้เรียนรู้เลยก็คือว่าความสามัคคีนะคือหมายถึงความคือรวมกันเราอยู่แยกกันก็อาจจะตายหมู่อะไรอย่างเงี้ยคือเขาเห็นเลยว่าพอเรามีความสามัคคีกันในชุมชนเนาะมาช่วยกันคนละไม้คนละมือก็ทำข้าวแจกกันมันก็อยู่รอดได้ทำให้เขามีความรู้สึกซาบซึ้งมากๆเลย appreciate มากเลยถึงแม้จะเป็นสิ่งเล็กๆน้อยๆนะคะแล้วคราวนี้เนี่ยก็พูดถามเขาเนาะคือเรื่องประเด็นคือเขาถูกเข้าใจผิดนะอันเนี้ยอยากให้คนไทยรับรู้เนาะเพราะมันเกี่ยวกับ fake news มันเกี่ยวกับหลายๆอย่างที่เราควรจะเรียนรู้ไว้เนาะการควรใช้โซเชียลคือประมาณปีหรือ2ปีที่แล้วเนาะที่เขาได้รับเสนอให้รับตำแหน่ง Miss Globe นะคะแต่เขาเลือกที่จะไม่รับคราวนี้ก็ถามเขาว่าทำไมเขาเงียบจังเลยมันเหตุผลอะไรทำไมไม่รับแล้วมันทำให้คนเข้าใจผิดว่าเขาเรื่องมากมีปัญหาอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเขาบอกไม่ใช่คืออย่างนี้ก็คือเขาพูดไม่ได้เพราะว่าหนึ่งเขาถูกกดดันให้ห้ามพูดจากองค์กรนะแล้วคราวนี้คอนแทคเขาดูว่ามันไม่เป็นธรรมเลยก็คือว่าเขาเนี่ยเป็นคนเหนื่อยทำงานนะแต่เปอร์เซ็นต์ที่เขาได้กับน้อยองค์กรเอาไปแบบก้อนใหญ่มากแล้วเขาก็มองว่าเนี่ยไหนจะโควิดไหนจะเกิดติดเกาะแล้วเขาไม่มีงานทำแล้วเขาจะอยู่ยังไงเขาก็เลยเอาคอนแทคเนี่ยให้กับ parents เขาเนอะครอบครัวเขาดูเนี่ยว่าความเห็นยังไงครอบครัวเขาก็อ่านแล้วตายตกใจก็คือแบบคนไม่ได้ทำงานอยู่เฉยๆเนี่ยเหมือนอะไรรีดเลือดกับปูแม่คุณพ่อคุณแม่เขาก็เลยบอกงั้นอย่าเซ็นเลยอย่าไปรับเลยตำแหน่งมิสโกรฟก็คือว่ามันไม่เวิร์ดไงมันไม่เวิร์ดวายไงคือแบบเขาได้นิดเดียวแต่เขาต้องเหนื่อยทำงานแล้วมันต้องคอมมิตเมนต์เขาก็เลยเลือกที่จะไม่เซ็นแต่ปรากฏว่าพอเขาไม่เซ็นเนี่ยมันก็เกิดแบ็คแลชแต่ไปทั่วเลยโลกโซเชียลอย่างเงี้ยแล้วเขาก็ตอบโต้ไม่ได้คนก็มองเขาว่าไม่ดีว่าเขาเรื่องมากว่าทำไมเขาไม่รับตำแหน่งอะไรอย่างเงี้ยประมาณอย่างนี้เนาะแต่เขาก็บอกว่ามันยากนะไม่มีทางเขาไม่มีแรงพอหรอกเขาไม่มี resource พอที่จะแบบไปต่อสู้กับองค์กรใหญ่ๆแล้วก็คือแบบมี fake news ไปทั่วอะไรเงี้ยถามว่าเขาเจ็บปวดไหมเขาเจ็บปวดมากเขาเจ็บปวดมากนะคะการที่เขาโดนแบบฝ่ายเดียวและแม้นักข่าวบางท่านนะของฟิลิปปินส์เนี่ยถึงกับว่าติดต่อเขาโดยตรงขอโทษเขาบอกว่าขอโทษนะฉันต้องเขียนข่าวเขียนทั้งที่มันเป็นเฟกนิวนะเขียนที่มันเป็น negative against Maureen คือเขาต้องเขียนเพราะว่าคือเพื่อเงินเพื่อเงินเพื่อความอยู่รอดของนักข่าวแต่ถามว่ามันแฟร์ไหมกับการที่โมรีนเนี่ยคือตอบโต้ไม่ได้นึกออกไหมครับแล้วเขาก็บอกเขาใช้ในความอดทนแล้วเขาเจ็บปวดมากเลยโดนฝ่ายใส่อยู่ฝ่ายเดียวอันเดอร์ด็อกเนี่ยแล้วแบบนึกออกไหมคือตัวโก้ก็ประสบแบบนั้นเหมือนกันที่โก้โดนอดีตหุ้นส่วนเนาะฟิลิปปินส์เนาะกระทำกับโก้นะครับปล่อยเฟกนิวปล่อยอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะครับทำร้ายโก้เนี่ยทำชื่อเสียงเนาะแต่เวลามันก็พิสูจน์แล้วนะแต่ถามว่ากว่าจะพิสูจน์คนมันเชื่อไปแล้วเป็นล้านคนเนี่ยโมลีนทั่วโลกเลยนะคนเขาหลงเชื่อไปแบบว่าเขาเจ็บปวดเขาต้องทนอย่างนั้นเกือบ2 ปีก็เช่นเดียวกันคราวนี้เนี่ยโมลีนก็อยากจะบอกว่าขอให้คนที่ใช้โซเชียลมีเดียทุกคนเนาะใช้วิจารณญาณก่อนตัดสินคือควรจะแบบดูทั้ง2 ด้านนะแล้วเช็คแหล่งข่าวก่อนแล้วลองถามหน่อยไหมว่าจริงๆมันเป็นยังไงคือไม่ใช่แบบคือแบบอ่านปุ๊บอย่างเงี้ย เหมือนคนที่มีกำลังมากกว่ามีอิทธิพลหรือเป็นองค์กรเนี่ยคุณอยากเขียนแล้วก็เขียนแล้วเราก็เชื่อหรออันนั้นอย่าไม่ได้คือนางงามเจ็บปวดมากนะคะคืออยากจะบอกว่าไม่อาจจะนางงามก็ได้หรือแม้กระทั่งโก้เนี่ยโก้ที่ถูกใส่ร้ายเนี่ยนึกออกไหมครับเพราะว่าอีกฝ่ายหนึ่งเนี่ยเขาพวกเยอะเนาะเขาพวกเยอะเขาก็แพร่เฟกนิวไปทั่วฟิลิปปินส์ไปทั่วโลกเลยอะไรเงี้ยนะแต่ก็ไม่เอ่ยชื่อถามว่าเจ็บปวดไหมเจ็บปวดเพราะกว่าคนจะรู้ความจริงมันใช้เวลาแต่ถ้าถามว่าถ้าคนมันไม่แบบไม่มีความมุ่งมั่นแบบไม่ได้ determine เหมือนแบบโมรีนอะที่แบบว่าจะแบบ determine for success อะมันก็ไม่สามารถ prove ได้เลยนะลองคิดดูนี่โมรีนเขามองนะคือเขาไม่หยุดอ่ะเขาแบบ fighting อ่ะเขามองมิสกรอฟฟิลิปปินส์ทำให้เขาเลยมีเสียงดังเขาเลยมีวันที่วันเนี้ยเขาเลยเปิดเผยความจริงว่าอ๋อจริงๆที่เขาไม่เซ็นเนี่ยเพราะมันไม่แฟร์นะในเรื่องสัญญาแต่ถามว่าณเวลานั้นเขาพูดไม่ได้แล้วจะให้เขาไปตั้งโต๊ะฟ้องแถลงข่าวเขาก็โดนห้ามใช่ไหมเขามีแต่เสียกับเสียเพราะนั้นมีทางเดียวเขาก็คือใช้เวลาอย่างเดียวแบบว่าใช้เวลาแบบฮีลอ่ะแล้วก็คือเขาก็ต้องอดทนกับแรงกระแทกเยอะแยะมากมายเนาะเขาก็เสียใจอะไรอย่างเงี้ยแอบร้องไห้แอบอะไรถามว่าคนเพราะนั้นเนี่ยสิ่งที่โมรีนเนาะกับโก้นะอยากจะร้องขอนะคะคนใช้โซเชียลมีเดียนะก็ขอให้ใช้วิจารณญาณนะในการอ่านนะครับนะแล้วก็ทางที่ดีฟังความทั้งสองฝ่ายนะคะแล้วก็ดูความเป็นจริงดูการกระทำเป็นหลักเนาะไม่ใช่แบบใครมีปากกาแล้วก็อยากเขียนก็เขียนใครมีพวกมากเขียนไปให้กระจายไปเรื่อยๆแล้วคนก็ฟังแต่ถามว่ามันไม่จริงมันเฟกนิวนะอันเนี้ยก็เลยแบบว่าขอความเห็นใจเนาะให้กับทั้งโมรีนเนาะแล้วก็อย่างตัวโก้เองที่ประสบสิ่งนี้นะคะรวมถึงนางงามหลายๆคนที่โดนเอาเปรียบนะคะจากองค์กรเนาะแล้วก็คนที่เป็น underdog เนาะไม่มีแรงต่อสู้กับ fake news เนาะก็ขอให้คนอ่านทุกคนใช้โซเชียลมีเดียทุกคนนะคะมีใจเป็นธรรมนะก่อนจะเชื่ออะไรขอให้เช็คข่าวทั้งสองด้านนะคะแล้วก็ให้ดูการกระทำเป็นหลักนะแล้วก็อีก point หนึ่งนะก็คือว่าโมรีนเนี่ยคือกล้าหาญมากๆเลยสุดยอดเลยโมรีนพูดว่าไงรู้ไหมคือ one of a million alright พูดว่าโมรีนเสียใจนะที่โมรีนเขาเรียกอะไรที่ทำสัญญกรรมโอเคไหมครับน้อยมากนะที่จะมีคนนางงามที่กล้าพูดสิ่งนี้โมรีนบอกว่ามันเป็นชีวิตฉันนะฉันเจ็บปวดฉันก็ขอพูดก็คือว่าโมรีนเนี่ยเสียใจมากเลยก็คือว่าที่โมรีนเสริมหน้าอกโอเคไหมครับโมรีนบอกว่าปรากฏว่ามันมี complication นะหลายอย่างนะกับตัวเขานะเขาแบบโอ้พอเสริมหน้าอกมาแล้วเขาเจ็บหลังมากเลยเขาเจ็บหลังแล้วจนขนาดเขาร้องไห้นอนร้องไห้แล้วเขาบอกเอาออกไปได้ไหมคุณหมอบอกไม่ได้มันอยู่ในนั้นแล้วโมลินทำตอนปี2019นะคะโมลินบอกว่าเป็นการตัดสินใจที่ผิดพลาดเสียใจนะแล้วโมลินอยากจะบอกว่าฉันเอาออกแน่นอนแต่อาจจะเป็นวันที่โอเคคืออาจจะเลิกเป็นนางงามแล้วนะแต่โมลินตั้งใจเลยว่าเอาออกแน่นอนแล้วก็โมลินก็บอกว่าคือบางทีเราอย่าไปมองเรื่องการศัลยกรรมมันสวยหรูมันเป็นร่างกายของคุณนะถ้าสมมุติว่าคุณรู้สึกว่ามันไม่เฮลตี้uncomfortable ก็คือคุณก็ต้องแก้ไขคุณต้องออกมา speak เข้าใจไหมออกมาแบบ voice out ว่ามันไม่ใช่มีแต่ positive นะทำศัลยกรรมเข้าใจไหมก็คือมันมี negative ด้วยเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยโมรีนเนี่ยในฐานะคนที่มีประสบการณ์เนาะแล้วก็เป็นคนที่เอาอย่างนี้ละกันมีคนทำศัลยกรรมเยอะเราก็รู้แต่โมรีนเนี่ยเป็น minority who actually speak out the truth okay against not against actually to reveal the truth of both sides of story about cosmetic surgery นะคะคือเนี่ยก็คืออยากให้พิจารณาเนาะมันมีผลทั้งสองด้าน negative และ positive เพราะฉะนั้นก่อนเราจะตัดสินใจเราคิดดีๆโอเคไหมครับว่าถ้าสมมุติเราเกิดแบบร่างกายเราไม่รับขึ้นมาถ้าเกิดมันมีผลอะไรขึ้นมามันคุ้มไหมแล้วก็เราสวยชั่วครั้งชั่วคราวแล้วเราต้องเติมตลอดมันคุ้มไหมคือการที่แบบว่า be yourself beautiful as you are เนี่ยเหมือนกับที่โมรีนเขาเป็นที่โมรีนเขาคิดก็คือมันวอดวายหมดสิ่งที่โมลีนพูดนะก็โมลีนก็ขอให้ว่าก่อนทำก็คิดเนาะมันเป็นร่างกายคุณแหละ your body your choice โอเคไหมแต่ในขณะเดียวกัน คุณก็ต้องเข้าใจนะเวลามันเกิดความเจ็บปวดผลมัน long term ใช่ไหมก็ก่อนจะทำคิดดีๆก่อนนะสำหรับตัวมัวรีนอะมัวรีนยอมรับว่าทำโอเคไหมครับทำหน้าอกแต่หน้านี่ไม่มีนะธรรมชาติหมดแต่ว่าเขาเสียใจที่ทำนะคะมัวรีนสนับสนุนว่าตัวเขาต้องการกลับไปเป็นธรรมชาติของเขาคราวนี้ก็เลยถามว่าเอาบางคนที่แบบเขาอาจจะคอนเทสอะว่าอ้าวก็เนี่ยเธอสวยทุกวันเนี้ยเธอถ่ายรูปขึ้นใช่ไหมเธอได้มงก็ไม่ใช่เพราะหน้าอกที่เธอทำหรอใช่ไหมก็ถามอย่างนี้เขาใช่ไหมเขาบอกคือมันร่างกายฉันนะเออก็คือฉันรู้สึกไม่ดีอ่ะก็ฉันไม่แฮปปี้เธอจะมองว่าฉันมีหน้าอกใหญ่ขึ้นมาแล้วถ่ายรูปสวยแล้วทำให้ฉันได้มงมันเรื่องของเธอแต่ฉันมองว่าไม่ใช่มันไม่ใช่ point เออก็คือว่าของสำหรับฉันน่ะก็คือ no โอเคไหมสำหรับฉันน่ะคือ no จบอืม okay it's very clear I think a lot of girls okay and especially contestants worldwide especially I mean in Thailand all right because I spoke in Thai they will get very hard thought on this thank you indeed Maureen for sharing about like cosmetic surgery about several side effects okay of cosmetic surgery so before anyone doing just consider it and also I would love to touch on your actual advocacy so might you tell all the fans please what actually your main interest all through your life.
Yes. So for my advocacy, although I worked with the Siargao Community Kitchen, my advocacy in BINIBINING Filipinas was HIV/AIDS awareness. And I think this is also can apply to Thailand, but we need more testing. I think with the pandemic, everyone forgot about other diseases, but they're still here and they're still prevalent, especially here in the Philippines. It's almost like an iceberg. We see the amount of people who know they're infected is the top of the iceberg, but deep below, there's so many more people who just don't know. So I hope we get more educated and need to get tested. Your power is knowing your status. It's not a death sentence. We're getting further and further to finding a cure, but we have medicine now where you can live with it. So that is my main advocacy. Of course, during the pandemic, I had to adjust to the area I was in. But yes, very passionate about HIV/AIDS awareness.
Yes, because you are really into this. So I do believe that you must do a lot of research on this topic. So I would love to know, like in Philippines, what group of the population are actually susceptible to HIV/AIDS.
You know what? Everyone is susceptible to HIV/AIDS. It's a disease that doesn't discriminate whether you're male or female, young or old. You can get it through using infected needles, through breast milk or bodily fluids, so infected sex, and then infected blood. So there are several different spreaders. Especially with needles, we have to be very, very careful. But anybody can be a victim to HIV/AIDS. It's not just prone to one community, and anybody can get it. So we should really be educated about it.
Right. Okay. So I do totally agree. So when you mentioned about being educated, so would you agree that sex education should be like implemented at the early age of population?
Yes, I actually really hope and pray that sex education can be better here in the Philippines. Even now, our age of consent is 12 years old. For me, that's too young, and I hope we can change that. I don't think that's an acceptable age to be having legal sex. If I just hope that can change in our Congress, but that is, a situation that we need to fix from within. But definitely, especially in the provinces, young girls are getting pregnant, and it's so hard when kids are trying to raise kids. So I hope
So
we can have education and support.
Right, right. So, which actually minimum age are you wishful for them to get educated in terms of sex education?
I think in middle school would be good. Um, it's so hard because now, when I was younger, I didn't really think about things like that. However, now with social media, kids have access to it.
Mm,
So I think maybe that age, 11 or 12, we should start having a conversation.
mm,
Um, because I feel like so many people are pressured into having sex, and we
mm,
just need to talk about it. We have to merely have the conversation because, especially here in the Philippines, it's such a conservative nation that we sweep
mm,
things under the rug, and that's why we have so many,
mm,
young pregnancies. It's because they don't talk about it, and then things happen. And
mm,
I really just hope and pray we can have more support for the girls and the families that are dealing with this.
mm.
Because I think
I,
family planning need to, of course,
yeah.
having a life.
So, what about you? I mean, in your household, when actually were you, learn or told by your parents about, the elementary stage of sex?
For me, I never had that talk until high school. And
Mm,
then my high school, I went to high school in the US, in Arizona. We had a full class, and I think it was actually in our anatomy class where we learned the biological process and everything that comes with it. So they
mm,
broke it down into a science. So they covered both sides of the story, like the science and then the responsibility that comes with it.
mm.
So ultimately, I do believe high school is a great age because that's really when you're starting to get exposed to that stuff. But it's hard to say now. Um,
Mm,
but it definitely needs to be improved here.
right, right. So, I mean, in your advocacy, what would you like to advocate for? You know, yeah,
I,
it,
I
HIV. Yep.
Yes, I really encourage, if you're sexually active, to get tested to know your status,
Mm,
and really just to be educated on how it spreads, so we know. As
mm,
I've said earlier, dirty needles, blood transfusions, breast
mm,
milk, bodily fluids, these are
mm,
ways that the disease is spread. So if we
mm,
can protect ourselves, that prevention will be the key to getting rid of this disease. And I know we can.
mm. Okay. Okay. The question that I'm going to ask you, okay, is just I would love to get your personal opinion, all right? And I'm not meant to be mean or like specific on this, but it's quite an issue, okay, in here, and I think in everywhere else, but it depends. It would be talk or not, all right? So I mean, for the past, I think last year, okay, in Thailand, there's some gay, okay, who actually active on Twitter, and you know what? He advocate for you know having sexual activity without condom, and also they actually HIV positive, but they contest he actually advocate, okay, not only speak but advocate that okay, we take care ourselves very well, we taking medicine on time, and have a prep or everything. So I mean, also we have sexual activity among HIV positive LGBT, which very self-conscious, and did everything according to the doctor guideline. He even sat in the telly and propagate what he believed. Okay, so what about your point of view as HIV? is advocate?
I personally believe that everyone should use protection and contraceptive when possible. Even if it's just a young boy and a young girl who are having sex for the first time, they should use a condom. I have, not just to prevent disease, but of course, for family planning. And yes, you can be undetectable. You can have HIV and take your medicine and not spread. Again, our medicine is getting great. And we have several celebrities as well who are able to live with HIV/AIDS.
Mm,
And especially when you catch it early, that's the key, which is why I really promote mass testing. But I think everyone should always have protected sex. You never know where somebody has been, and there is always a risk. So I would not risk my health for one night of fun. To me, it's not worth it. It will affect you for the rest of your life, and it might not be AIDS or HIV. It could be a different disease. So we really need to be careful with our health. And if you're tested and your partner is consensual, then you are more than free to do what you want. Who am I to judge your life? But to put others at risk, that is the issue. That is the problem. So just make sure that all parties are consensual and tested.
And also, I forgot one point. He also actually advocate for free. I mean, free play. You know. I mean, he advocate for not having a stable partner, just living around.
I mean, that's his life. I don't know him. But I think as long you need to be protected in life, because just because you want something doesn't mean another person wants that. That is your life and that's great for you. This is my life. This is what works for me. It just matters that you're finding consensual partners. We can never force ourselves onto other people. But I just hope that that whole community who believes in being so free, that they're taking care of their health and they're educated. As long as they know what they're consenting to, it's your life. But to anyone who has questions about this type of thing, don't be afraid to search the subject and to educate yourself. Education will set you free in all aspects of life. So really research it, and for me, stay protected. I don't want anybody to have to struggle and to be fearful for their health.
So, Maureen, would you think that it's time to HIV positive to live freely in our society and proudly, declare that I'm HIV positive. I mean, to be openly acceptable of themselves. I mean, is this a time?
Yes, I believe knowledge is power. One of my favorite TV shows, this is a little off topic, it's RuPaul's Drag Race. And on that show, several drag queens have come out as HIV positive, and they're breaking stigma. They're letting people know it's not a death sentence, that you can live with it. This is how you prevent it. This is how you stop it. This is how you live with it. So I think, yes, now is the time to, be open about your status. If you choose not to, that's your decision. I don't think anybody should have to share any information they don't want. But if you're comfortable with it, then yes, I think we need more people to look up to. And if you can be a leader, if you can be an example, that's wonderful. And I think you should share your story.
Right, Maureen. If you got the power, all right, then what kind of message that would you like to break the social stigma that have on HIV positive person?
If I could have one statement, it would be that education and mass testing is the key to ending HIV/AIDS. And I fully believe that. We really just need to nip it in the bud. We have to stop it before it spreads more. It's already hurt so many people. Even some people are born with it. And it puts stress on your life. So if we can prevent that, then it's so much better for everyone. Because I don't want to see anyone suffer.
Mm. What about in terms of job opportunity that society could possibly offer or reject based on HIV positive status background? Would you like to advocate employers or any organization, even a government agency, like to be aware and possibly kindly accept HIV positive person or employee openly.
Um, yes, HIV positive patients are still people. People are people. They deserve their rights. They deserve respect. And I think especially now, I don't know if it's the same in Thailand. Here in the Philippines, almost all the jobs have gone online. So especially in this type of environment, why not? Yeah, I mean you're at home, and there are a lot of at home job opportunities. Um, I don't think a person should have to face discrimination. Of course, if they were in some type of field that is very dangerous. I don't know. It's so hard to say. I'm trying to think of a job that wouldn't allow that. Maybe something in heavy labor, perhaps. But I don't think anybody should be discriminated against, especially if they are using preventative measures.
Mm. If you opine this, would you agree? In the application form that I think is quite prevalent worldwide, that we need to fill some question that you subject to this disease or not, or what kind of sexual orientation have you got? Are you so? Would you agree to to have to delete this like this box of the application, or would you think that it can stay in the application form?
For me, what's the purpose? I don't think it really matters. Um, Even here in the Philippines, a lot of forms I fill out, they ask for my religion. I don't think that matters at all, especially when I'm applying for something so trivial. It has nothing to do with the task at hand. So for me, no, I don't think it's necessary. Like unless you're joining a dating service and they're just trying to figure out your preference, okay. But I mean, I for me that information is not important.
Okay, if you were an employer of your own enterprise, what kind of application form, I mean, what statement in the application form would you delete off?
Would I delete?
Yeah, I mean
Um,
not included.
Yes, probably religion or sexual orientation, sure. I haven't really seen sexual orientation, but those are questions that don't really matter to me personally. If I was an employer, I'd be looking at their resume, really their work experience, their education, and their references. I would call their past employers and see, was this person good at their job? Because for me, that's what matters. It's your brain, it's your heart, it's your integrity. So nothing else matters. As long as you're a good person and a hard worker, then that's what I would need in an employee.
What about the disease? And also, like HIV, I'm quite not sure about Philippines, but I think, in a lot of company here, like, they still have this kind of box, that needs someone to be filled, for some disease. So would you like to exclude or still, include it in the application form? Like, you have to notify, okay, if you are HIV or not, or if you prone to be HIV positive or not.
Um, to be honest, that is really up to the employer. I do not want people to be discriminated against. But again, if you're at a job that could potentially that could be relevant, then sure. It's up to the employee. I do believe in the freedom of choice. So if that's your agenda as an employee, then that's your right. But again, I don't feel that these people should be discriminated against. People are people.
Thumb up. And Probably just a few questions before the end. Are you consider yourself a progressive mind, ladies?
Yes, I'm still conservative. I'm not conservative, maybe classic,
Uh,
um,
yes,
but
you're
progressive.
a clear class, definitely.
But
So okay, you can answer, all right, or you cannot. Okay, it's depend on your comfort. All right. I would love to know your stand on abortion. Are you pro-life or pro-choice?
I think abortion is one of the hardest decisions that people have to think about. I do think if it puts the mother at risk, if her life is on the line, then I do believe the family should be able to have a decision in that. But I do not believe we should be um, ending lives. And of course, I think life is precious. So for me, I think in extreme cases, then yes. And also in cases of rape, because I've
Mm,
had friends who've really been through so much, and I think they deserve a choice because they didn't have a choice when they were raped. So, in
mm,
those two circumstances, I do believe the woman should have a choice and they should have a say. But I do respect life,
mm,
and I hope that nobody has to make that decision.
yeah. I mean, I really love how you, gone through all the questions because you just can't channel it seamlessly. Very natural and very, I mean, very relevant, but still diplomatic. Okay,
Oh,
that's really good. That's really good. I mean, all the question is very relevant in the world now today because your advocacy are related to this kind of issue, and definitely about your next journey, Miss Glove. When would it be?
it will be November 5th, will be our coronation in
Mm,
Albania, but I will be there by October 20th. I'm very excited
uh-huh.
to follow the organization.
Yeah. So, what about your preparation so far?
It's been so hard here in the Philippines. We're on our strictest lockdown. We're in ECQ here, so I'm getting a bit anxious because I want to really train and get started, but we're not allowed to leave the houses right now.
Mm,
So right now I'm just really sketching out my wardrobe, working on a talent, so practicing. I'm going to dance probably for this talent portion. So I'm really just trying to do what I can. Hopefully the country loosens up our lockdown soon so I
mm,
can do more. But I think hopefully next month I can start preparing all of my photos and whatnot because
mm,
I feel too guilty right now to have a photo shoot or anything. It's just, I think it's better to stay safe and stay at home. But hopefully soon I can properly prepare.
mm. So, actually, now, once you won as Miss Glove Philippines, you being watched, okay, by worldwide fans, sort of front runner. Would you feel any pressure?
Honestly, I don't feel pressure. I feel so good and I feel so happy. I just feel like I'm going to go to Miss Globe and then it's my time to shine. I worked hard for all these years since 2015 to be here at this point. It feels right. It feels correct. I'm ready. No pressure. I just feel good.
Right. And can you tell the world about what the purpose of Miss Glove? What a mission?
So yeah, so from what I have gathered so far, they're still updating their website. So I really hope they can fix that issue now or soon. But from my understanding, it is the environment. Don't hold me to this because, again, their website is down. I'm really diving deep. And all I've been able to find is their history.
Mm.
with how long the pageant's been running. But I hope it is, from what I understand, environmentally related. So let's see.
Mm.
But that's one thing that's been hard too is getting enough information about the org because as of now, a lot of their websites are just blank.
Mm. So, I wonder, have you and your team already laid down some, killing strategy to win a crowd in Albania?
Honestly, they're like they call me Mao. They're like Mao, just be yourself. So it's just gonna be fun. I want to bring lots of color. I want to be bubbly. I want to bring fashion. I want to bring fun. I want to highlight Philippine textiles and be a
Yeah.
very proud Filipina.
Mm.
Um, yes, I think it's time. We haven't had a winner since 2015, and we've only had one crown. So I think it's time to have our second crown.
And you're going to make history, I think, probably. And right, okay. I would love to get to last question. Okay. First of all, every time when you going to compete or has some rumor that you're going to join the pageantry, there always have some issue arising, which is the age limit. Okay. Would you agree about the existence of age limit in the pageantry now today?
Um, I understand age limits because there are previously it was thought that at a certain age a woman's supposed to settle down. However, I think we can adjust them now. I don't think we have to be as strict with age limits. Even myself, I don't want to have children until I'm in my 30s.
Mm,
I think, as cheesy as it is, they're saying 30 is the new 20. And I think it's so true. I have
mm.
a lot of friends my age who we're still traveling. We still have so much we want to do. And an age limit is almost like an expiry date. I don't feel anywhere close to being expired. So I don't think we need age limits. But I understand if a contest would like to have rules, that's their choice. But do I personally think we need them? No.
Mm. Yep, I totally agree with you. I mean, I personally would love, any organization in the world, would consider to raise, okay, at least to raise the age limit because of what? Because nowadays, a lot of ladies, I mean, beauty queen have to achieve, other areas, before completely start their pageantry. Okay, like education or some wouldn't have wouldn't be too much well to do, so they have to work together, study as well, so it took time. Uh-huh. So until they're ready, it might get them just 24, 25 already, and they got just 2 or 3 years to to racing against the age limit, for a win in pageantry. So I mean, time is changed. I mean, women just very much highly qualified and well equipped in so many areas, and it's taking a long time, until finish in
Uh,
each area.
I agree. Especially with me, when I started my Binibining Pilipinas journey, I was eligible for all the crowns. And then
Mm.
COVID, and then 2 years passed.
Yep,
And
yep.
well, for all the crowns, it was very sad. Was I any
Mhm.
less qualified? No, but I just wasn't allowed because of my age. But, everything happens for a reason. So
Yep.
hope it can change.
Yep, yep. I do believe that. It's quite, for me. All right, I can speak. Okay, you probably, if you speak, someone would, see like, probably not that too nice. Okay, but I'm just in the middle. All right. I always opine in a very fair manner. So I think at least you have to compensate for the time lost, you know especially that that time loss stem from something that you can't control. Uh-huh. So I mean, any organization which, I mean, should take some consideration in beauty queen minds, because everyone would love to compete, and no one can retrieve the age back, you know, under, some unexpected event. So it would be nice if we can add couple of years, instead of the year that's, has been gone unexpectedly, at least. Okay, at least. So I'm not here, not only call out for, or give justice to Maureen. Okay, I mean in general. That's my point of view. Okay, and very last question, Maureen. Mind you, because you are very, seasoned, and also I can say that, a very great veteran, pageant queen. Would you like give a kind message to inspire some contestant or young girl out there who actually still, striving for their own success but haven't got one yet? How should they stay on the rest, even though they probably don't see the light yet?
I think we need to appreciate all of our struggles. I myself have been through so many ups and downs, and even in my moments of failure, they were leading me to my moments of success. So, they say God never gives us more than we can't handle. So if you're going through something, be strong, get through it, because there's always that light at the end of the tunnel. And everything we go through in life, it really shapes us. And we might not see the reasons why now. Again, even in 2020, it was so dark for me. But there was a light at the end of the tunnel. It was my character development summer, where I really thought about things, my passion, my purpose. So when you're feeling lost, it's really good to look internally and see what is your purpose, what is your passion, and to help let that guide you to being a better version of yourself. And don't care what anybody says. Do what you want to do and fight for yourself.
Mm, very, very inspirational. Okay. Very great indeed. So, all the fans, we got a lot of content from, authentic Maureen. Okay, and I couldn't believe that I got so lucky to have a chance to meet her, and I can say that it probably one of the most memorable experience I ever had, because
Oh,
it's beyond my expectation. She's so genuine. I can say I feel so, so natural when talking with her, because she very straightforward, and she a kind of someone that I really wish to talk with. Uh-huh. So all the fans, please, please, please follow any move of Maureen at her IG. Um, MaureenMontane at Maureen Montagne. Okay.
thank you so
So
much. Such a
she
lovely.
always updates with her activity, and definitely you will encounter a huge lot of great picture. Okay, and also for all the fans worldwide, and thank you indeed for watching, and for supporting my queen, Maureen Monte, Miss Glow Philippines 2021. I'm so grateful indeed for BINIBINING Filipinas organization, and Mr. Ray Santos, and definitely Maureen Monte herself, and surely the team behind her. Thank you indeed for allow me, co of KP1 Worldwide, to interview you and get to get to know you more, and bring you to all the fans abroad to know you more. And it's going to be my last with you, Maureen. I wish that we're going to meet one day and have a chance to talk with you further. And Maureen is probably quite tradition. Would you mind to shout out to your supporter or someone you love to have, like, a little bit of that interest in me? Okay, by following me at my Facebook, KP1Y, and also my IG, Kopanasa, please.
Yes. So please follow Admin Co. Uh, she's been such a wonderful host, and you can follow her at KP1 Worldwide. And on Twitter at KP1 Worldwide as well, and of course YouTube. But maraming salamat po to all of the viewers who tuned in today. It was such a wonderful interview, and again, thank you to all of our Thai viewers. Kapun ka. Honestly, it was such a good conversation, and I hope my experiences helped you in some form or way today. So thank you for having me.
Thank you indeed, and I wish that you probably find time after pandemic to get some vacation in Thailand. And if you feel free, feel please, I'm very open to be contact by you if you visit here. Okay, Thailand love you, and Thailand very welcome of you, and your loved one if you all become here. Okay, and thank you for tonight, all the fans worldwide, Thai fans, Filipino fans, Latin fans, UK fans, and everywhere. Thank you to support my queen and my guests. And please follow me. Tomorrow, we're going to be another exquisite guest. No one else but Gabriel Camille Bassiano, my queen. Okay, I totally in her. I can tell you. I'm confessed here. You know. All right. Okay. See you around tomorrow at 7 p.m. Manila time again. And thank you indeed for all the fans. Everyone. ขอบคุณ นะครับ maraming salamat. Okay. And bless it indeed. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.